Goodness comes and evil goes.
Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, Kimunga Ukombozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth. Karibu, welcome. My name is Kwende, and today we're going to get into another important subject, and that subject is the anniversary of the glorious Garvey Union. On this day, July 27th, and by the time this video is posted, it will be post that day. But nonetheless, on this day, July 27th, is a marking of the official establishment of the harmonious and complementary African male and female union between the Supreme Visionary Marcus Garvey and his second spouse, having necessarily terminated his first marriage, his second spouse and eternal spouse, Amy Jacques Garvey. And in the lead up to the celebratory season of Marcus Garvey, this is an important day in the Garvey experience because we can be inspired, we can become energized or enthused, even reminded of the importance of the harmonious and complementary African man and African woman in union of progress and in the context of nationhood. So I'd like to share with you just a few words from Amy Jacques Garvey's recollection of the time and circumstance so that we may get a sense of what was taking place in Garvey's life at this particular moment in time. And she articulates the following by acknowledging the thrust of what he wanted in his life. She says, quote, "He must have someone who had the right to be his personal representative, to act on his behalf and on his instructions. A secretary would only be brushed aside as an employee and dismissed too. He must get a wife. The duty of sharing his life might have been requested of Miss Davies." And that's another important and prominent person within the Garvey movement. He admired her as she was dignified, charming, and an able speaker. But she was older than he, and he had hopes of having a son to carry on his name. There were others eligible among the membership, but they lacked the sum of qualities of what he wanted for a wife now: a stand-in in an emergency. Again, he turned to me, that is Amy Jacques Garvey, and very adroitly put the onus on me, stating that it was in my power to help the organization. He had already obtained a divorce, so we were married July 27. Those were the words then of Amy Jacques Garvey, the second and eternal wife of the great Marcus Garvey. And in those few words, we can hear just how important the harmonious and complementary African male and female union is throughout the levels of organized life. African souls must surely not shy away from the establishment of such unions within the context of the organizational thrust for African ascension. Indeed, the thrust of nationhood is a binding thrust of oneness. So with that food for thought, and surely it is food for thought, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, Kimunga Ukumbozi, divine liberty, divine liberation, divine freedom, and all that that will bring for African people wherever we happen to be on the face of this earth.
The cry is raised all over the world of Canada for the Canadians, of America for the Americans, of England for the English, of France for the French, of Germany for the Germans. Do you take it unreasonably? We the blacks of the world should raise the cry of Africa for the Africans?